How did you find out someone had a crush on you? I was pretty sure my friend's little sister had a crush on me when she started following me around like a lost puppy. Then she randomly started calling me by my first and middle name. Then she found out my birthday from someone and started telling me our age difference. It was kind of cute until she decided she should tell her friends that we were dating. We were not dating. I had a nice conversation with her letting her know that her crush was flattering, but she was way too young for me and that she needed to stop telling people that we were dating since it was not true and could get me in a lot of trouble. In true typical teenager logic, she said that her parents wouldn't have a problem with it and I could date her if I wanted to. Was leaving school one day and my small group of friends were hugging and saying bye when this girl that I was into but didn't know if she was into me raised her arms up and says, "What about me?" It was the best hug I've ever had. That was in 2005. We've been together ever since. Ending 10/10. Had a girl keep banging my leg under the table at a Yonge Street, Swiss chalet in the fall of 91. I just thought our group was too tight together and she needed space. Turns out I'm just a clueless idiot. We've been together since April of 92, so luckily she was persistent. Similar thing happened to me. She kept banging my leg under the table, but I suspected she had a crush on me. I had too, but another guy on the table was hitting her hard. Later the day she sent me some pictures of the party online and I said, "That guy really has a crush on you?" She said, "Yeah, but he's not the guy I'm interested in." I replied, "I know, my knee is hurting, and now we are married." I was due in a couple weeks to move halfway across the country for my job, so I was hanging out with a local friend to say goodbye. That night I admitted I would have asked her out if I wasn't moving so far away. There was a moment of silence and she responded with, "Yeah, I probably would have said yes, you're quite the catch." Later that night we are lying on her bed watching anime. She gets up to use the bathroom, so I stretch my arms out. She comes back, sees me stretched out, says "ooh" an arm, and cuddles right up to me. We are dating now. I once had a girl introduce me to her friend like this. "This is Tim. I have a huge crush on him, but he hasn't figured it out yet." I guess she'd gotten tired of waiting for me to figure it out. Lol. Hi Tim, I hope you figure out she has a huge crush on you soon. When they broke things off with their fiancé because they had feelings for me, I was horrified. I mean, I understand why you were horrified, but props to them not keeping that hidden and ending up getting married when they probably won't. Yeah, that could have ended so much uglier. When I was about 10, this girl in my class had a crush on me. She made it obvious, but I wasn't interested at the time. After school we never saw each other for a few years, then at 18 she apparently still had a crush on me. We've been married 18 years now. Edit. Thanks for the awards. It's always rough when someone has a crush on you when you're young, because it's a hard thing to process. For me, when it happened I didn't like it, because I always kept thinking I don't want to be a dad yet when I was like 12. Everything always felt so final. I opened my high school yearbook from my sophomore year and found a message from a friend that we should hang out together and included her phone number. I only found it 18 years later and I feel horrible that I didn't see it because it probably made me look like an ass and hurt her feelings. I was good friends with my crush. One night while texting he says, "We aren't just friends, right?" And that was the first time I realized even he has a thing for me and I wasn't just imagining the sparks between us. He was my first boyfriend. I don't think I'd have a relationship as healthy as that one. Why didn't it work out? My mental health was going bad and I had gotten very dependent on him. Meanwhile, we were also long distance. So we took a break, during which he met someone who was way healthier than me and made him happy. I had to let him go for both of our sakes. She came into my cabin at camp, wasn't allowed to have gals in the cabin, and jumped into bed with me. Edit. I also had a crush on her. We ended up dating for 3 years. The day after she went back to France, after being here for 8 months, my coworker was like, "Well, now that she is gone, I can tell you she had a massive crush on you." Still devastated to this day I never picked up on it. A girl from one of my courses asked me if I wanted to bake cookies with her. I, a professional dumbass, was like, sure, I like cookies. A friend informed me that I had just agreed to a date. It was okay. The cookies were pretty good. That's adorable. She offered to carry my jacket to the next class when I had to stop at the bathroom. Went to the next class and it was placed on the chair next to her, and her best friend said, "Your boyfriend is here." I was young and shy. Did nothing. Regretted it. She was amazing. I was honestly just happy being her friend. I think we all missed a lot of opportunities because we were too young and shy and awkward. My crush literally told me I wouldn't be able to control myself if you touched me right now. I was like, haha, yeah, and then I never touched her, thinking she was just complaining about feeling lonely or something. Usually they tell me like 20 years later, which helped teenage me immensely. Edit. Fuck me, this comment blew up. Anyway, a hearty thank you all of you who said that they too have crushes me, and a side eye, weirded out but still a bit flattered. Look to all of you who are willing to fight for me. Not just normal fights either, to the death fights. The best kind. She literally stopped me as I was passing by with my friends and asked me if I remember us looking at each other at McDonald's. I need to know the whole story. What did you say? Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. I was on a skating rink and there were a couple of girls hanging out by the benches, and one of them screams to me as I roll by that the other one likes me. I didn't react to it to save the girl any more embarrassment as she was practically hiding. IDK bro, you're supposed to go up to make her feel embarrassed. Woke up to her cuddling with me after a house party. Edit. We are friends of 10 years or more, drunk at a house party. She found me asleep and didn't want to risk driving, so she did the only thing she could think of. We were together for 3 years after that party. Still friends too. Edit 2. Imagine if ROLLSWER ever SED. Oh, how edgy of you to think of something so original. My crush told out mutual friend to tell me to ask her out. I proceeded to get rejected over text when I asked her to a date. I don't get why some people do that. Whether it was the mutual friend or the crush. What do you get out of that, except punching someone in the emotional guts? She was a colleague who had heard I was leaving town. I wasn't, only going to be away for 2 weeks, and she took her chance by kissing me after we bumped into each other at a nightclub. It was a rare night off work for me. It's now 16 years and 3 kids later, so it worked out well for the both for us. The end. Thanks for watching.